Okay. I don't think I really have to worry too much on any of the spots where there's going to be a darker color laid on top of it. Because the pink color so far is pretty light. I think it's alright. You can't say that about a cat? What? Dude, my cats are super sweet. You definitely have cats out there that are not very nice. Can't really say that for my cat. Cats can be mean. Yeah, dogs can be mean too, though. Humans can be mean too. You know that? Did you know there's people on the internet who go on the internet just to be dicks to other people? Yeah. There's people that go on, say, for example, social media just to write stuff and get other people angry. I know. You've been laddering in Europe lately and Blizzard gave me average 1200 points lower than on NA. How many games have you played, Dovo? Probably not enough yet, right? Because 1200 is a bit much. Oh, I still have a little bit of paint over here. That's not gonna reach. That's not gonna make it. Yeah. NA server MMR is usually slightly higher compared to EU. But, you know, not like 1200 points. Maybe 200. That's mostly because there's a bunch of guys on the EU server that really drag everybody's MMR up. There's no like 7k players on NA. Just Valorant, you know? Valorant is 7k obviously, but nobody else is really that close. When is Sarah visiting America? For Dallas, I would wager. Assuming he can get time from the military. Okay. Coloring in that little bone. Don't want to neglect it. Okay. So, knee pads over there. Those are going to be colored in a second with that Gulliman flesh. The soft bits over here. Those are going to be covered as well with Gulliman flesh. Same for that bone. Same for that one over there, that one over there, that one over there. I think that's about it. Yeah, we're gonna have to let this dry for a minute. I'm gonna do Command & Conquer Generals again tomorrow, Cliff. We're gonna have to add highlights and yeah, we're gonna have to add a lot more to everything. Absolutely. Okay, I am going to grab some fresh water and just clean off the towel. I'll be back in just a sec. What's going on, Dialanart? Dude, I'm hoping I'm doing him honor so far. He's a very pink boy at the moment, but we're getting there. Chug, chug, chug. No, we're not drinking the paint water, okay? That does not look like something you want to drink. Just a little sip? No. Don't tip over your paint, Lowko. That'd be bad. What the heck? Thought I closed it. Okay. Gonna take some new paper too, dude. We're doing a bit of a reset as we have to wait for a sec for things to dry. I thought Dutch... What? No, what? Look at the little kitty. Yeah, little kitty is very cute. Is this going to work? Oh, he's upside down. What the heck? What? No. Yeah, there's this weird auto-correction thing. There you go. This was very weird. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to look like that. That was supposed to look a little better than it did. I envisioned that as a glorious camera shot. It was not very glorious at all. Oh, you know what I could do? I could do... One sec. I could do... Hey, there we go. He's a big boy. What's up, Galvarino? Hello. Hey, thank you, by the way, Dialanart, for the rate. I didn't even notice. I'm sorry. Thank you for the rate, man. Hope you had a good stream. I'm feeling pretty comfy, Galvarino. Thank you for asking, man. I did prime the dragon yesterday. Yep. The dragon is ready to be painted. I did a very thin layer of prime this time around. I usually try to keep it as thin as possible, but I was wondering if it's maybe a bit too thin. But I think ultimately it's actually fine, because some of like the darker and recessed parts at like the bottom, where naturally shadows should be, didn't catch quite as much of the primer. But I think it's fine, because it's gonna just get some more shadows. Should be alright. This is the stream where I start to feel guilty for not painting my growing pile of minis. It's okay, Max. It's alright, man. Okay, we're gonna do, what was it? Gulliman Flesh is what it's called? Gulliman's Flesh? Whatever. This stuff, right over here. What's going on, Paulie? You just came here from Dialanart's raid? Sick, dude. Did Dialanart hype me up at the end of his stream? Setting insane expectations for the guys from the raid? No, I think this one's doing okay. Yeah. You gotta believe the process, right? Like, this guy's way too pink for my liking at the moment. But, we'll trust the process. It'll look good when we're done. You heard you... You guys want to see the abomination that Mr. I'll go get it. Okay, so in case you haven't heard the story, let me try and you know, give you guys the idea first, okay? So basically, Fear Dragon, a fellow StarCraft commentator, great dude, friend of mine, joined the stream when I first did mini painting on stream. And he was like, Lowko, $200 if you pour paint over that miniature you're painting right now. I was like, no, Rafi, not doing that. Next stream, he's like, Lowko, $400. A little bit later on into the stream, he upped it to like, I think $600. And then last time that I streamed, I was pretty far along with the mini. He's like, okay, Lowko, final offer. We're not gonna go any higher than this. $1,000 if you take a mini and you pour paint over it. So we did a vote in the chat. Unsurprisingly, Twitch chat voted in favor. Here it is. Now, in a very strange way, and I've mentioned this already, but in a very strange way, it's kind of cool. Like, it's actually kind of cool. Now, I know there's a little bit of copium in there, but it's actually kind of sick. It does have like a modern art feel to it, absolutely, yeah. You can live over here. Just to confuse people that join here for the first time. Until I get tired of explaining it. It's performative art. Yeah, absolutely. I'm overdosing on copium. You're probably right. I don't remember if I shook this. Can't argue with cash. And content. Don't forget about content, okay? You don't want to forget about content. Anything for content. Always. Okay. We're gonna do the little fleshy bits. Like, for example, the knee pad over here. So for those of you that just joined from Dialanart stream, you guys are witnessing somebody who has only been painting for about 2 months. And I've been enjoying it. But that does come with a little bit of an asterisk, I guess, you know? Because I'm trying to be decent. But it is not as easy as it looks. Actually, it doesn't look easy either. Okay. I should put that mini on Etsy? No, I'm keeping it. I'm not painting for. I'm definitely not gonna do commission stuff. No. Just for the memes. I'm also liking this playlist, by the way. The music in the background. I should save this. There's gonna be copious amounts of dry brushing later on this mini. So some of those drying lines are... So I had a bit of an issue with buying a dry brush, guys. So dry brushes in general, I mean, you don't really need a special brush, I guess, but I wanted to give it a try. So a lot of people seem to be using these round brushes for dry brushing, right? I bought one from an online picture, and I was like, oh, okay. This seems like a good idea. Not that expensive. It's absolutely mini. It is actually 10 times smaller than I thought it was gonna be. That's what she said as well, which kind of sucks. Then I decided, you know what? I'll get like a bigger one instead. Also pretty cheap. But this one is absolutely huge. I think I can use both on this mini. The big one is fine. But I kind of expected to meet somewhere in the middle of these two, I guess. But it's okay. Yeah. Seems like a nice set. I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's fine. Maybe use the big one on the front and the small one on the back. Caldris, are we still having the same conversation? Because if I were to say such things in the chat, I'm just saying, people would not let me hear the end of that. Okay, no, I was just checking, man. I was just checking. Okay, I gotta paint the little fleshy bit at the bottom. Which is kind of a strange angle, but... I think we can probably make it work. I just have to cover any mistakes. The carapace is gonna be a much darker color, so it's fine to get a little bit of a smudge up there. Yeah, this angle is a funky one. Kind of difficult to reach. It's doable. Just gonna stipple it, I guess. To be fair, that angle is also pretty much impossible to see if you were to look at the mini. So, it's okay. Yeah, for the back it's also not very easy though, because there's a giant wiener. Tail. Oh, you're talking about the dry brush still. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, we can kind of build it up. Kind of excited for the dry brushing part. I haven't done a lot of dry brushing. Oh my god, this angle, dude. No! Not on the tail. Okay, I got it off, I got it off. Okay. I got his trousers. For the most part. Well, these are not really his trousers, I guess. These are more like his panties. I got his panties. Okay. Yeah, that was a little close. You're horrible at dry brushing? You airbrush too much? I guess that's an issue, huh? Oh, you saw the top of my head? I am. What's up, Clem? Hello. How are you doing today? The Gulliman is kind of a light color, so I'm gonna make sure I have the base color back in some of these spots. Because otherwise the Gulliman is gonna look a little funky. Just covering up some of the contrast, or some of the shade rather, that I put down over here. So we're gonna put it over here on these little bony bits. Okay. If I were Games Workshop, I would release some BS lore, saying all Tyranids now have chameleon skin. If I was Games Workshop, I would make sense of a lot of stuff. Dude, I can't even begin to explain, as a new person interested in this hobby, how weird some of the decisions that company has made so far have been. Like, a lot of things are just not very sensical. For some reason, it's very confusing, for example, to figure out what the rules of the game are. How do I find the rules of, like, how is this not obvious? For example, I wanted to figure out, right? What are the different game modes? Can't find it on their fucking website. How does that not, like, how does that, like, that seems like a very basic thing. From what I understand, it's like a remnant. A lot of the things together are like a remnant of a time where people used to buy booklets that would explain the rules, rather than just like a website that would give you the information, which is it's all a little bit funky. I also saw that apparently they sell armies on their website that you cannot actually legally use with the new rule sets, Which makes it very confusing. Like, why do we sell units that you can't use? It's also really weird. I wanted to, for example, look up one of the books. Like, where in the world do you begin reading when there's like 500 books for the story available? It is not obvious. How are a lot of those things that just seem like such low-hanging fruits to me, how are those so difficult to find? It's just such a... I don't know. It's all weird. I really feel... Well, I've been reading the Horus Heresy, but like the fact that you have to actively Google these sort of things and the fact that you have to jump over a couple hurdles before you can figure out where to begin is really poor. Like, that's really poor design. I don't know if they're aware of it. Maybe it's by design. But the way that things are done is just so confusing to me. It's not new free, no, it's not new user friendly at all. A lot of the decisions kind of feel like a company. And I'm like kind of like, new to this, but it kind of feels like there's a lot of remnants from the way we used to do business in the 90s that are still present in 2024. And that just seems a bit funny. They definitely don't have to go full 2024, but I do think they're actually shooting themselves in the foot with some of the decisions though. I think if they were to treat it more like gaming companies treat their games, it'd be so much easier for everybody. They're British, Lowko? Well, that doesn't matter. It just seems funny. It seems like basically the entire business model is to try and get people into the store. That's the entire business model. So try and get people to go to the physical store to either, ask questions or buy paints or whatever, right? But that by itself is just kind of a weird thing to do in 2024 because most people do not have a store nearby. Most people don't like going to stores, especially, nerds don't necessarily enjoy going to a freaking, I don't know. Obviously, it's also kind of unreasonable if you don't have a store nearby. Like, I happen to have one in the city that I live in, but, 99% of the players out there don't. Yeah, I don't really get pressured into buying shit that I don't want to buy. But I can imagine, yeah, I did go to the store in Amersfoort. And they were very friendly for sure. But he asked what brushes I was using. And was not interested in talking about any other brand other than the Citadel ones. Which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know, it's a bit pushy. But it's okay, it just feels like a lot of the decisions are a bit dated. The store in Amersfoort, the city that I live in, is smaller than this room that I'm currently in. It is tiny, tiny, tiny. So it's not really like a, oh, let's go to the Warhammer store and browse type of experiences, Which I think a lot of people would like to have, but... The store in Utrecht is also very small? Okay. No, I don't think so, Ranoven. Yeah, it'd be sick if there were a bunch of tables to play and stuff, absolutely. They're obviously trying their best, right? The people working that store. But I just find the business decisions a bit funky. Just a bit dated. I don't think that's how you can be very effective in 2024, but... The mini sculpts are really sick though. Like the modern designs and the sprues and stuff are insanely good, man. So that part of the business they clearly have done very well. I find it confusing, and I've mentioned this before on stream, but I find it very confusing how third parties are always cheaper with their prices than the official store. Like every third-party retailer that I found for Warhammer related stuff, so it's people that, you know, stores that buy directly from Games Workshop, by default always give you at least like a 15% discount. Oh, he's right over here, Kalaris. This guy, mostly dry, not entirely yet. Are you gonna do some streaming as well, Kalaris? Or are you just setting up for it, thinking about it? Because the stream did look pretty nice, what you were, like the screenshot you shared. Or just thinking if it is something you're interested in doing. You've got some Chaos Knight War Dogs and a Lord Invocatus to make campaign, so you might. Sick. Yeah, I gotta be careful you don't accidentally turn a hobby into a job. It's funny how that works. You believe that's the deal with Games Workshop and retailers? Yeah, maybe it's by, you know, maybe the pricing structure is on purpose. But it just feels funny, like, if your goal, at least that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, right? So, it seems like the main marketing from Games Workshop is to try and get people into stores. But then when I'm in a store, I don't actually want to buy anything, because I know I'm paying more money than I do from literally any web shop. Which is just a very strange way of doing business. Like, I'm not buying anything in the stores. Or at least I wouldn't buy like a big box or whatever, like maybe a brush, but... Do you used to crack down on people offering discounts online? Really? Oh, okay. That I did not know. I know my guildies wanted to see me paint, so maybe I just do it for them. Fair, fair, fair. You could also just stream on Discord, I guess. Yeah. Rather than Twitch, I mean. Okay. I don't know why I did that one first and then that one, but it's okay. But it's also weird, because like I looked at the official web shop, right, when I first was interested in this. And if you want to buy something from the official Games Workshop store, so I put some stuff in like a shopping cart before I, you know, realized that it was much cheaper in every other store. But if you want to buy something through the official store, for some reason, the delivery time is like 10 days? Which is maybe a normal shipping time in many places in the world, but definitely not in the Netherlands. Most stuff gets shipped like, you know, within hours. Usually stuff is delivered for free the next day. Like paying for shipping and then for shipping to take weeks. Also just seems like a thing we used to do in the 90s. But not anymore in, you know, in a modern day and age is just funky. It's a shade paint together with Lamia medium for the pink. It's just the base coat for now though. Gonna add some contrast paints in a sec. Hey, Patakook, thank you.
Hi, are you interested in playing as well? Would you go for
I have
Age
no
of
interest
Sigmar,
in playing at the moment.
Fantasy, or 40k?
No,
Or maybe
not really
one of the
interested in
other
playing.
systems?
Maybe at some point I will, but I don't really like the idea of painting a full army. I guess what I'm saying is I'm kind of confused by the whole new player onboarding from Games Workshop. It just seems very strange. Looking at it from like a gaming point of view, it seems horribly outdated. Evidently though, they're very successful, so it must be working, but... Yeah, Kalaris showed me what the old website used to look like. So the old website had recommendations for the different paints that you're supposed to use for painting up the models. The new one doesn't have that? I've never seen the old one. What the hell kind of decision is that? Why would you not want to have the color schemes right there? Like it's, I don't know, man. Just a bit strange. None of it is the end of the world, but I really do think that they're shooting themselves in the foot with some of those things. You found getting Natalia to play that Combat Patrol was a very good entry? Okay. So I was just talking about that. Finding the rules for Combat Patrol, for example, which I have heard people mention before, is very tricky on the official website. Which is insane. Like, the fact you want people to buy a codex in 2024? Like a physical, like, booklet? For some reason, it seems trickier than it needs to be. What's going on, Fear Dragon? Fear Dragon, before you ask, no. Oh, I'm sure they have, Bo, but it's just like a strange way of doing business, you know? That's kind of what I'm talking about. I'm not really... I feel like it's a strange way to treat customers. Go listen to Sleepy Cats on the ESL stream. Cat's getting sleepy. Speaking of sleepy cats, dude, there's a very sleepy one right behind me. Is Cat sleepy? Dude, the broadcast was long for me too yesterday, man. I don't know why. 2 days back to back. Maybe I'm getting old or something, but yesterday at the end of the stream, I really had to find some energy. Is that bad? Maybe his housemates are asleep and he can't be loud? Fuck's sake. It's not that late in the US, okay? It's a reasonable time. Good old cats. Okay. Is that all of the, No, I'm not really a napper. No, I don't really like naps. I'm a sleeper, dude. I like sleeping. Now, I have never liked naps. I've tried taking naps because I know there's a lot of health benefits and blah, 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 but it's just not for me, man. I can usually sleep really well, though. At least at home. At, like, events and stuff, it can be a bit tricky for me, but usually I'm a pretty good sleeper. I think naps are really helpful, though, if you can't sleep very well at night. So far, so good. I can't nap if there's things to do later in the day. Yeah, but there's always things to do later in the day. There's never a day where I don't have anything to do later in the day. The only moment where that happens is when it's all like, it's already like 9 p.m, you know? So if it's already 9 p.m, then yeah, sure, I may as well just wait until I go to bed. Maybe I do too much shit during the day, I don't know. Okay. Napping at 9 p.m. is not really the meta, no. For mental health, they recommend avoiding naps. Oh, okay. Okay. This is where Mr. Hunter Killer is currently at. Twitch streaming is a very demanding occupation. I know you're joking, but one of the most common bits of feedback I've ever heard from people that have tried streaming is that they're absolutely exhausted afterwards. It maybe doesn't sound like something that would be tiring. I think it's something you get used to, you know? But there's usually not a ton of downtime when you're streaming, and you kind of have to keep track of what's happening. But yeah, it's definitely not the toughest job out there, don't get me wrong. I fucking love what I do, man. Yeah, exactly. There's not really you don't really zone out very much. But I'm not complaining though, dude. I've been doing this for ages as well at this point. As we saw earlier today, by the way, from Pickett, who just resubbed for 10 years. Like, I'm just gonna repeat the notification again, okay? Look at it, look at this shit, look at this shit. Look at that.
Happy 10-year
120!
Looking forward to the next 10.
120-month resub. Are you dude, that's so long. Actually insane. Yeah. I've been streaming for such a long time. Yeah. I think my longest sub right now is to Maximus for like 14 years. Damn. I have been streaming for over a decade. Yes. So I streamed for several years before I became a partner too. So like you couldn't actually subscribe to my stream before that. It's actually been such a long time. No. This guy's definitely not done. Oh, you mean Golden Boy? Golden Boy has been done for ages. Ooh, don't tip over the dragon. This is, that's the Golden Boy. Oh, you mean the other Golden Boy? No, this is the Golden Boy I was streaming. He's not doing so well. Look, I don't want to talk about it. Kalaris is gonna get angry at me. I don't want Kalaris to be angry at me, okay? Golden Boy has a little too much gold. He got a little, yeah, he's a little too gold now. That was me. That was my email. You're going to try and switch to oil painting? Let's go, dude. Okay, we got to do our next part, guys. So, I did the Guilliman flesh.
So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Magos purple. I'm going to do a little bit of blending here. So we're going to start on the arms, because that seems the most logical place to do things. And what we want to do is we want to do a blend up the kind of this kind of outer shell bit here, and we want to do a little bit of a blend here. It's going to kind of be like in that sort of diagonal fashion. So it's not all
This is going to be a Bob Ross moment, by the way, where we spend all this time trying to get a somewhat tidy section over here, right? And then, you know what Bob Ross does? He like finishes a section of the thing and then he puts a fucking tree in the middle of the painting. This is gonna be one of those moments here where I'm pretty happy with how it goes right now, and then we gotta fucking put a bright ass color right on top of it.
In a consistent fashion, like this. So we're gonna wash the brush because I've been talking, and I'm gonna take that Magos purple on our brush, and we're gonna start.
Oh god.
Towards this end just here. So we're going to apply the Magos purple. Like that.
Ruined!
And we're going to apply it along there.
Yeah, that's nice about...
Like that. Then we're going to wash the brush. And then we're going to smooth out those transitions.
Does he do this on the bottom side too? What do you guys think he does here? I keep looking at this movement here with the cleaning of the brush, right? So look at the cleaning of the brush here. When he pulls back the paint, this moment right here, he's definitely licking it, isn't he? Is this the paint licking? That brush is going way, like that is going up. That is not going to a piece of cloth. Yeah, no, that's a trade secret here. The angle here is just... This is the licking meta.
I'm just going to flip it over and do...
No, don't lick your oil paints, bro. I'm not going to lick my paints in general. We're not eating paint on stream, okay? Non-oil tastes the best. You like the flavor of non-oil?
Blend number
Great
one.
color.
The other one we're going to do is along the top of his head. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Magos purple.
This scares me.
I'm going to apply it like this. Then we're going to wash the brush.
Okay, we'll start with the arm and then we'll watch the section again, okay? With the head. So how far does he do this first part? Okay, so he paints it to right about past, just about like, yeah, like just about the second scar section.
Along there. Like that.
Okay. All right, guys. All right. We got to be brave here. We got to be brave. Like half the time Lowko plays a video on stream, I try to pause the video. Gotcha, Barnacle Bob. Jebaited. Absolutely wrecked. Got him, bro. Okay. We gotta be brave here, Chet. To right about right over here is where he does it. Am I still on camera? Can you still see this? Yeah, we should be good. Okay. We're not licking the brush. Okay, we gotta try and feather this out a little bit. Makes it look so easy though. It's so easy to get those ugly drying lines. You can see that over there, right? You see that section? What did I do wrong, chat? That's the question. There's like a little bit of a drying line right over there. I should be licking. Yeah, licking is the strat. No, we're not licking anything. I'm actually gonna try and see if I can go past that point. Should I do that? I think I should not do that. No, I think we'll fix that with dry brushing later. Maybe I'll fix it in a sec. We'll see. Oh, you don't probably see the drying line that much on stream. It's kind of difficult to see over here too. We're taking it a little bit further than the video. Mostly because I ought to kind of try and see if I can tidy this up a little bit. Okay. Oh, you guys don't hear the music? There you go. Sorry. Music is back, right? Okay. Now we gotta do the same thing over here at the bottom. No more pure Lowko voice, I'm sorry. No more sweet nothings whispered into your ears. Now it's mixed together with music. Sad days. So this one's good. I like the bottom section better than the top. Okay. Clean it. Try to feather it a little bit. Okay. Am I gonna be painting my body next? Good question. I wasn't planning on it, but you never know what happens, man. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing, but then for the head. The head kind of scares me, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna wash the brush.
The licking meta, dude.
I'm gonna take the Magos purple. I'm gonna apply it like this. I'm gonna wash the brush. I'm going to smooth out those transitions.
No, abierto, no.
Along there like that. I'm going to do it again on the other side.
Okay, I think I'm brave. I think I can do it. Clean it. Okay. Right about like that. Gotta keep moving. Before it dries. So this shit dries quick, which is one of the problems, but a little too much paint over here.